Hey guys, if you're seeing this part, you are catching the replay, and I'm just going to give it a couple of minutes for people to hop on before we get started. I'm going to be talking about the marathon sale that I did last weekend and what I learned, what I would do differently, and what my experience was. So could you guys just, when you hop on, say hi so I can see if comments are working? Okay. All right, I'm not seeing them on my phone, but I have my laptop right here, so I will just watch for comments on my laptop. Could you grab my wine? I need my wine. Okay, so I'm just gonna pull up the questions. Another glass would be fine. Thanks. Okay, so first of all, Nicole, I need it. Can you get my pretty glass? I'm such a pain in the butt. Okay, so first of all, my marathon sale was totally unplanned. I had no intentions of doing a live sale that day. I actually had a vendor event scheduled, and most of you guys know I have 5 kids, so childcare is not always easy, and it was just not working out. Thank you. The childcare situation was not working out, and at the last minute, I had to cancel my vendor event and not show up. But I still needed to get sales that day, so I was trying to think of what in the world could I do. I don't have any fresh inventory. My group has seen what I actually have a really, really small inventory. I have 300, well, at this time, when I did this last week, I had like 275 pieces. I have a very, very small inventory. So I was just trying to figure out what can I do to make sure that I still get the sales that I was banking on from the vendor event. And this is what I came up with. It was a Hail Mary pass. You guys know that shipping delays have been an issue. It has caused sales to kind of slow down because we weren't getting our inventory as fast. Things are clearly getting better now. But my family depends on this business, so we needed something. So my husband and I talked, and I told him I need a few hours to do this. I don't know how long it's going to take, but I need to just get on and sell as much as I can. Nicole, that's totally okay, you know, like that's actually good. Like the reason that my income is my inventory is so low is because I keep selling stuff, and it's hard for me to keep it. So it's like a good sign, but you have to be more willing to be more creative. And I almost feel like you have to hustle each piece in your inventory. You have to hustle it that much harder to make sure that you're keeping your sales level up, if that makes sense. So I'm just gonna pull up the questions. Okay, so I'm just looking at Sylvia's questions right now, and I'm just gonna go through, because I don't have a plan necessarily for this. I just wanna give you guys the information. So it was totally unplanned, impromptu, desperate attempt to get my sales that I was gonna lose from the vendor event not working out. So number one, how did I organize my inventory? I didn't. This was that last minute that I did not organize my inventory. I do have a boutique in my room, so all of my inventory was already hanging, and I basically just went through everything. I have everything hanging on my rack by size, so I have all the extra small tops, all the small tops, all the medium tops, because I don't have enough of each individual style to hang like all the swings together and all whatever. So I just have everything already hanging by size. So I just went on, I have 2 double racks, and then I have a bin of leggings, and I just had the bin of leggings over next to me, and my racks were right there with everything already hanging. Did I go live on my business page or group? I went live on my business page and I shared it into my group. I didn't, because this was not planned, I didn't do anything ahead of time as far as promoting or planning or anything. It was just like, I just went on. So I didn't announce it to my group ahead of time. I just went on my business page and I shared it into some BST pages and also into my group. And then, so at the end, I hadn't reached my goal yet. So at the very end, as my final push to hit my goal, I went on to Periscope. I had no idea what to expect on Periscope because I hadn't been on there in 2 months. So I knew very well that I could get on there and just there be crickets, you know. But actually, a woman came on there and she saw that I had a goal, because I had that in the title of my scope. She said, well, what is your goal? And I said, I need to sell 6 more pieces. So she bought 6 pieces. Like, I think it really matters. There's some people that really matters to. Like, they just genuinely want to support small business owners. So just like be upfront. You know, I didn't make a sob story out of it. Like, oh, I need to make these sales or else, you know, like I'm not gonna be able to feed my family. I wasn't dramatic about it or make it into a pity party. I just said I need to sell 6 more things till I hit my goal. And I didn't explain why that specifically was my goal. It just was. And so she bought 6 things to help me hit my goal. It was completely unexpected because you guys know how Periscope can be kind of like feast or famine. What did I not do that I wished I had done? So I did it in segments. I went on for like an hour and then I would get off and I would go on for or I'd take like a 10 or 15 minute break and then I would go on for another hour, and I basically did that from 4:30 in the afternoon until 11:30 at night. So what I learned there, the first segment that I did, I had like okay interaction on, but I realized like, okay, at this pace, it's gonna take me forever to hit my goal. So the next segment I went on, I gave them an incentive to share. I told them, if you share my live and then comment below letting me know that you did, I will put you in a drawing for $10 off of your invoice. So I did that, and my second segment had a reach of almost 20,000 people, which is the most I have ever gotten before. I'm just gonna check comments really quick. Okay, my second segment had a reach of 20,000 people, which is the highest I'd ever gotten. Usually I average a reach of like 4,000, which is fine, but nothing amazing. And I got off of that segment figuring I'd probably be able to get that again because I was going to offer the same incentive. So that segment went really well. I don't remember how much I sold on that specific one, but it went really well. I had a lot of engagement, a lot of people commenting, a lot of people requested to join my group afterward, even if they didn't buy something that day. And then when I got off, I was not able to get that momentum going again. So what I learned is that it's better, instead of breaking it up into like 30 minutes or an hour, it's better to stay on as long as you can, especially if you get that momentum building. Like, don't let it go and don't assume you're going to be able to get that again. And that ended up making my marathon sale a lot harder and take a lot longer than it would have if I had just stayed on. I did hit my goal eventually, but it took me a lot longer. So that was the main thing. If the next time I do a marathon sale, I'm gonna stay on for as long as I can and not get off. What kind of preparation did you do or recommend? Like I said, in this case, I didn't do any prep. I didn't do any advertising because it was such a last minute thing. But if I do this in the future, which I will totally do this again. I think I'll promote it, like I'll let my group know ahead of time that I'm going to be doing it. Maybe I'll do a giveaway to like incentivize them to come on, because most of the people from my group were not my customers that day. These were all, for the most part, new customers, except for maybe like 2 or 3 people. So I'd like to get my group to come on there with me next time and shop as well. So maybe I would do a giveaway or something like that to get them excited about it. How long were my breaks in between? I tried to keep it at like 10 minutes. I got off, like went to the bathroom, got a drink of water and a quick snack, and then got right back on, because I was getting tired. It's exhausting and I was getting tired, so I knew if I like sat down for too long, I wasn't gonna want to get back up. Did I get a lot of returned viewers? Do you mean, Sylvia, if you're still on, do you mean like people coming back from one segment to the next? Or do you mean people who joined my group afterward and have shopped with me since? Okay, Sylvia, I had a few women who were really supportive of me, and they were not, I didn't recognize their name. I don't think that they were my customers previously. They just took interest in what I was doing. And again, I feel like there's just some women who want to support and uplift other women when they have a goal like that. So I did have like 3 or 4 women who carried over for most of the afternoon, which was amazing, and I appreciated them so much. And I made sure to let them know that I appreciated them. I didn't tell them this ahead of time, but I ended up just giving them free shipping as a thank you. One of them, you know, she didn't shop a lot. She bought like a pair of leggings or something, but just as a way of showing them appreciation for hanging out with me all afternoon. It was like they could have done anything else with their day, and they hung out with me and they showed me a lot of support. So I just didn't put shipping on their invoice, and I didn't make a big thing of it. Like, I just said thank you for hanging out with me, and that's a really great way to build relationships with people, I think. So let's see, what's the next one? Did you post a day prior? Nope, I did not. I just went for it. Which was better for you, Facebook or Periscope, and how different were they? Facebook was definitely the main moneymaker for me that night, just because I hadn't been on Periscope in 2 months. I went on Periscope for the last hour just as a final push because I hadn't hit my goal yet. What times did you notice that were more active? I'm trying to think. It was a Sunday, so the first segment I did, I think I started at 4:30, and that first hour was kind of slow, which wasn't really surprising because I'm Eastern time, so you know, people over in California, it was like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Some people were just getting home from church at that time or doing like family stuff. So it didn't surprise me that that first hour was slow. I kind of expected that, and I was fine with it. The second hour was definitely the most active, just because I had a lot of people share me that hour. So that was probably from like 5:45 through like 7 o'clock-ish. And I don't know if that was the time of day, or it probably had more to do with how many people shared me. I had like 30 shares or something like that, and I think that that had more to do with it than the time. I think that there's people who want to shop any time of day, any day of the week. So I think showing up is just the most important thing. And like I said, staying on longer would have helped me hit my goal sooner, and I probably could have sold a lot more if I had stayed on. But it was the first time I did it, and everybody is going to learn, you know, you learn from it, and next time I will keep that in mind. What would you say is a recommended goal to set for selling an amount in clothes? That obviously is going to vary from how much you usually do in sales, and what size your inventory was. So for me, my initial goal was to sell 15 pieces just because this was my first time doing it. Most of my inventory was old stuff. So if I sold 15 pieces that have been sitting on my rack for 6 weeks, I was gonna be happy with that. I was gonna call that a win. I hit 15 pieces, or I got to like 11 pieces and I was pretty sure I was gonna hit 15. So then I decided to move my goal up to 20 just because I'm insane and like to push myself harder than is normal. So I had about 275 pieces in my inventory at that time. Most of it had been sitting on my rack for, I have a lot of onesies in my inventory right now. I have a lot of onesies and twosies, so some of it had been sitting for a while. So it just varies, you know. The 15 piece goal was, I took like what I normally do on a live sale and then I kind of decreased it a little bit, just taking into consideration that I didn't have any new stuff and I have a very small inventory. And then, like I said, I got close to that initial goal, so then I pushed it a little bit farther out of my comfort zone. So that's how I determined what my goal was for that night. Okay. I'm just looking to see what other questions there were. What was your time frame and what was your goal, if you don't mind me asking? Okay. I was just gonna stay on for as long as it took. I didn't care how long it took. So I didn't have a time frame, like a limit. I didn't limit myself. Obviously, the faster you can hit your goal, the better. But, you know, amazing things can happen if you just stick it out a little bit longer than what's comfortable for you. I don't know if you saw that quote that I posted. I don't remember where I posted it, but it was a quote by Will Smith. And I'm gonna pull it up right now actually, because it was a really good quote. And I saw this quote like the day after I did my marathon sale, and I was like, yes, I wouldn't have put it into those words, I wouldn't have thought of it that way, but that's how my mind operates. Okay, so he's talking about what helped him reach success versus like somebody else, like what made him so special that he would become as wildly successful as he has become. And this is what his answer was. The only thing I see that is distinctly different about me is that I'm not afraid to die on a treadmill. I will not be outworked, period. You might have more talent than me, you might be smarter than me, you might be sexier than me, you might be all of those things. You got me in 9 categories. But if we get on a treadmill together, there's 2 things. You're getting off first or I'm gonna die. It's that simple. So that was, you know, when you're thinking about like how much time am I gonna give myself to hit my goal, for me, I don't care how long it takes me, I will just keep pushing and pushing and pushing till I hit my goal. So I didn't give myself a time limit, I just kept going, even though I was exhausted. I was so tired. I don't know if I don't really talk about it much because it's not a huge part of my life. I don't think about it as much as I probably should, but I have an autoimmune disorder that makes me like tired all of the time, and so even it's like about mindset, you know, even when you are exhausted and you feel like you just can't push any farther, yeah, you can. It's about mindset. And it's okay if this isn't important enough for you to push past, and like it's okay to have certain goals that just aren't that important to you, that you're not willing to push yourself that hard for. But for me, this goal is that important for me. This business is that important for me. So I am willing to push myself even when I'm exhausted. I'm willing to do that. So that's my answer to what my time frame was. I'm insane. I don't have any time limits. I just keep going. Facebook did not kick me off at over an hour. I think that was just a brief thing that they did where they were cutting people off after an hour. That has never happened to me actually. So I think that that's not an issue anymore. Were there certain times you noticed interaction was higher? Okay, I answered that one. Rachel, did you share into BSTs, and if so, which ones? I did. I shared into a few. I don't even remember which ones I shared into. It was a couple of no rules BSTs. And I try not to like overshare, because I've heard of people getting put into Facebook jail for sharing their lives over and over again, or like really, really quickly sharing. So usually when you hop on, the first thing you do is, when you hop on your business page, the first thing you do is share it into some groups, like your own group and then some BSTs. But I've heard of people getting put into Facebook jail when they share it into like 10 or 15 groups right when they hop on. Okay, I'm just looking at comments really quick. Yeah, no, Nicole, I've never gotten kicked off. Okay, I think I've answered all of the questions so far. I don't see any others, and I'm trying to think if there's any other tips that I can give you guys. Oh, so a tip that I would give you is to do this on a day when you're gonna kind of be able to lay low the next day, because I was so tired. I was just totally wiped out the next day. And again, that has to do kind of with my autoimmune stuff. I was just like, my whole body hurt the next day. But I think just like anybody would be tired after being alive for however long that was, from 4:30 to 11:30 at night. So do it on a day when you can rest the next day, because you're not going to be able to completely rest, because hopefully you're going to have a lot of shipping to do, but like, you know, you can kind of do your shipping throughout the day and lay low other than that. What was my total goal since I kept going? My total goal ended up being to sell 20 pieces, which isn't a ton, but it is when you consider my specific inventory and how small my inventory is and how old my inventory was. Like I sold, okay, so what is today? It's December 14th, so this was last week, early December in New York. It's cold, there's snow on the ground. I sold like essential tanks and side slip maxis. I cleaned out the rest of my side slip maxis and I sold some essential tanks. So like, I'm considering that a total win, even though it's not my biggest sale that I've ever done, although it's probably the most exhausting sale I've ever done. It wasn't my biggest money maker, but I sold, 20 old pieces that I've been wanting to get rid of, and that's better than destashing them, right? So I considered that to be a success. And next time I will just stay on each segment longer, and I think I'll be able to do much better. So, do you guys have any other questions? I'm watching the comments on my laptop because they're not showing up on my phone for some reason. I'll give it just a second. Okay, Sylvia, I'll hold for you. You're gonna do it by size. Yeah, I think that works, especially when you're working with a lot of onesies. Going by size is, yes, Nicola, I sold by size. So I did all of my tops by size. I did all of my layering pieces. So all of my layering pieces, I just like put everything together. So I sold in size small, all of my cardigans, dusters, wrap tops, hoodies, pullovers, and all of that. I just did everything. Nicola, it's a good sign that you have onesies though, because that means you nearly sold out of things. So it's frustrating. I was actually scrolling through my party site today, looking at it and thinking about, like, I try to go on every once in a while and just look at it from a customer's perspective to see what they're seeing when they go to my site. And I was frustrated because it's a ton of onesies, but that means that I almost completely sold out of stuff. So it's a good sign, even though it can be frustrating. But a good way to clean those out is to every once in a while do a onesie sale, or I think I saw somebody call it a singles night or a singles mingle or something like that. Do like a theme sale and try to move those out. Do that like once a month. So yeah, It's a good sign. It is frustrating, but I don't think that having a full size run is like the make it or break it. I think it makes a big difference. It helps to have a full size run of stuff for sure. Because you can take a picture of one outfit and you can sell it to like 7 different people. So definitely size runs are ideal, but that doesn't mean that onesies are useless. They can be great for making outfits and for doing those onesie twosie sales. Nicole, you should. I've done it before, and I always sell, you know, it just helps to clean that stuff out without destashing it. Do you recommend to stay on Facebook page first or Periscope as a practice run? Sylvia, I'm trying to think. Periscope is a bizarre place to sell clothes lately. You can get on there and it can be totally dead crickets, or you can have people that are just like ready to shop. The people that are on Periscope as a customer are definitely ready to shop. It's just a matter of like catching them at the right time. Periscope is full of a lot of people who are either already reps or thinking about becoming a rep, and they're using Periscope as a way to watch other people and do research. So I guess I would say go on Facebook, because I feel like generally speaking it's more of like a sure thing that you'll at least make a few sales, and Periscope is just like you never know what you're gonna get. I mean, really, I've watched some of the top sellers go onto Facebook and have a room of 3. Like, just, it's insane. It's ridiculous. And that's why it was my last ditch effort. I think it's, you know, it's great to have that last ditch effort, because without Periscope I don't think I would have hit my goal till way into the wee hours of the morning. So I was thankful to have it in that moment. I just don't feel like it's something you can depend on lately. Yeah, Sylvia, I wouldn't do a marathon sale in your group, only especially if you don't have a humongous group, because like it's just gonna be the same eyes watching you all day long, and you know, it's better to have new people coming in and out and cycling, and that way you can't incentivize people to share your live if you're on your group, because they can't share it outside of your group. If you're on your business page, you can ask people to share for you, and you can incentivize them to do that by doing a small giveaway. And it doesn't have to be a huge giveaway either. It can be $10. That's what I did. $10, which really is only $5, you know, because our profit margin is 100%. It's 100% markup. So when I'm giving away $10 to them, it feels like $10, but to me, I know it's only $5. So I don't like to do huge giveaways, because I don't feel like they bring in any more attention than a small one does. Okay, I hope that helps you guys. It definitely gave me a good boost in my sales this month, and I don't know that I'll do it every month just because it is that exhausting, but I'll try to do it like once a quarter at least. When you do a business page, do you boost it up? No, I don't. I have never had luck with boosting anything. Not an ad, not a post, not a live. I think that's something you have to research really thoroughly. It's like an art, from what I hear, in order to get it right, and it's never been worth my money. I did, just to see what would happen, I boosted a live sale that I did the other night. After, you can't boost it while you're live, but you can boost it afterward for like replay shoppers. And I just wanted to see what would happen, because I had never boosted a live before. And I didn't get any replay sales from it, but I did get like 10 or 15 people join my group. And I think I did like a $2 boost or something. So that, I was happy with that. I think that's the best result I've gotten so far, $2 for some group joins. That's you know, still not great, but it was the best result I've gotten so far. I only have 20 on my business page. Does that matter? No, it doesn't matter. I only have like 120 likes on my business page. I don't have a huge, because I didn't start focusing on my business page until less than 2 months ago. It was like end of October when I started focusing on my business page. but you're still gonna hit more people because you're sharing it into those groups. So you're not just gonna hit the people that have liked and followed you. You have the ability to reach thousands of people, tens of thousands even, you know. Nicole, are you saying yes to boosting being a waste of money, or? I need to research it, because there are ways to effectively use Facebook ads and boosting, but if you do it and you spend your money on it before you've researched it, you're just like, you might as well just take a $20 bill and set it on fire, because it's infuriating. But it's something you have to research and know about. It only worked when you first did it. The only thing I haven't tried yet, and Amber said that she's had good success with this, is boosting a giveaway. I haven't done that just because I honestly haven't thought about it. And anytime I've done a giveaway, I've always done it in my group. I haven't tried doing a giveaway on my business page yet, but she said that that's when she has the most luck, boosting something on her business pages with a giveaway. You're still trying to understand your business page. The best way to get to understand it is to just tinker around with it, spend time on there clicking around, find other people who are utilizing their Facebook business page and like see how they're using it. And I don't even necessarily mean just other Agnes and Dora reps. Any company that's worth its salt has a business page, and you can watch how they're using it, what kind of verbiage they're using, what kind of pictures they're using, what kind of posts are they doing on there. Are they doing like selfies, or are they doing more professional looking flat lays and pictures, or advertisement kind of graphic things? And you learn a lot by watching people who are already successful, and it could be in a totally different industry and still it can apply to you. That's what I do. I just find people who are really successful and kind of, glean little bits of wisdom from all over the place and kind of tweak it in a way that has worked for my business. Nobody's ideas are completely original. Nobody has, these days, there's always somebody who has thought of it first, so don't feel like you need to recreate the wheel. Just find other people who are successful and tweak their methods to be authentic to you. You know what I mean? I hope that makes sense. All right, so if you guys don't have any questions, I don't want this to be too crazy long. I don't know how long I've been on, but I think I'll hop off, and if you guys think of any other questions, you can just put them in the group chat or in the comments and I will respond. But yeah, I hope that this helps, and if you guys try a marathon sale, I'd love to hear like what kinds of things you did differently and what worked. Like I feel like as a team we do the best when we all share ideas with each other, and like this melding of minds, and you really can like tap into your creativity by like talking with other people and bouncing ideas off of each other. And I think that that's really a really great thing to do, and we have a good team for that. So I hope you guys all have a great night. I'm gonna hop off and finish my wine, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.